Hi guys, this is I Love Keyboards. Today I'm going to be talking about the first generation keyboards from Roland. Roland has a generation of their keyboards, like the first generation, the second generation, and the third, fourth, and fifth, and so on. So today we're going to be talking about the first generation. This keyboard, if you want to know more information about it, look it up online, like Roland E20. It should show it on Wikipedia, which I can't show you right in this video. So today we're going to be talking about the first generation keyboards only, which is this one here is the first high quality home synthesizer keyboard that came out in 1988, which is like the first synthesizer home high quality keyboard that first came out in 1988. So the E20 and I have a picture of the E10 that came out at the same time. These two keyboards came out in 1988, so these two are exactly similar to each other, but this E10 only has very little stuff on it. Doesn't Like I can tell you, this keyboard has a screen. The E20 synthesizer has a screen, but the E10 does not. And the E20 has 88 sounds on it, and this E10 has 68 sounds, which is like 20 less. And it has this one has more rhythms and this one has less rhythms on it. The E10 has less. So the E10 has less of a lot of stuff. But they both came out at the same time, so this keyboard has more on it than this one. So the E10 and the E20 look alike, but I don't know if you can see this one, the difference is this one does not have lights on the top, but this one does. Which, this is like a drawing of one, of a picture I have, so, the E20 has more on it. Has more sounds and rhythms and all this other stuff. And they both have the volume knob and the tempo knob. Those two are the same. And on this side, it has less on this here. So these two came out in the same year, 1988. This one has more sounds on it. You can tell, like pianos, organs, bass sounds, and strings, and synthesizer, and guitars, and other stuff like that. So this one has more on it. And in 1989, the Roland E5 came out, which sounds exactly the same as the E20, but this one, you can tell, has lights on it. See that? And no screen either. It almost sounds alike to the E20, but this one here, it has some new sounds on it, but it basically sounds almost like this keyboard, the E20, except they changed some sounds on the E5. Which came out a year later, and then after the E5, the E30 came out in 1990, which is the last of the first generation. The E30 has so much more than the E20, so it also has a screen. It has like bank A and bank B, and it has a knob for the tempo and other stuff. And you can record your own songs on this thing. It has a recorder on it, which doesn't show up on this. So the E30 has way more than the E20, but it has some sounds from the E20, but there's a lot more organ sounds and other stuff. So this one has more on it than the E20 does. This one has way more sounds and more features and stuff like that. So that's the first generation of the keyboards that also came out in the first generation was Roland PRO Line E. That also came out in 1989, which is a year newer than this, but it basically sounds the same as this almost. Like if you want organ sounds, this sounds like basically like this. Yeah, you get the same organ sound like Electric Organ 1. That's what you get for the first generation. And also the Roland RA50 sound the same from 1989. And that's basically it for the first generation. I hope you guys enjoy, and God bless you.